Now on four, it is a privilege and an honor to cast light on the dark places of history.
Hello and welcome once again to this week's edition of Mighty Moments from World History. My name is Desmond Olivier Dingle, and tonight my partner Bernard and myself will be looking at the peculiarly British legend of King Arthur and the court of Camelot. And in particular, we will be looking at the effect that the medieval codes of chivalry and courtly love have had upon the modern-day manners and expectations of contemporary man and woman. So here we see Bernard awaiting his performance as Arthur, the tragic king, and in many respects the armor does symbolize the society of the time. The gauntlets so strong, yet made of that silver metal which can so readily tarnish. The visor, which when lifted, Bernard, lift the visor, please. Bernard, lift the visor. Bernard! Would you... Bernard! Would you lift the... Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit hard to get through to my partner owing to the armour is very thick, obviously, because of the arrows and the, Oh. Bernard!
Hello? What you doing?
Looking for you. You're supposed to be wearing the armour.
I couldn't get it open.
It's not a tin can, Bernard.
Sorry.
Where have you been, anyway?
Oh, it's a surprise.
I don't want a surprise now, Bernard. We've got to get on.
Oh, all right, then I'll show you.
No.
It's horse brasses.
Horse brasses?
Yeah. Well, you know they rode around a lot on horses in those days? Well, I got these horse brasses down the market for the horse. And I got this coal scuttle as well that come in the same lot.
You didn't have coal scuttles in those days, Bernard.
Yeah, but it's made of the same material.
Go and sit down.
And it's handy for carrying the horse brasses.
Go and sit down, please, Bernard. So, anyway, hurry up, Bernard, please. So, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, we are basing our exploration of medieval lore very much on the court of Camelot. And we are using as our source the famous French novel Morty Dark by the famous Frenchman Thomas Malory. Morty, of course, meaning death, de meaning of, and Arthur, of course, meaning...
Arthur.
Thank you, Bert. Anyway. Unfortunately, this evening, we don't have time to go into all the aspects of the chivalric code and that, or to go into the very interesting area of the knightly code, which Arthur did...
How many knights were there, Desmond?
There's hundreds of knights, weren't there, Bernard?
What, round the round table?
Yeah, hundreds of them.
Do you know them all?
Yes, of course I know them. I've been doing the research for years, haven't I?
Name a few for us, then.
Yeah, well, there was, Launcelot.
Yep.
Sir Pelegrance.
Yeah.
Sir,
Gawain.
Gawain, yep.
El Cid.
El Cid, obviously, yeah. Look, we all know them, Bernard. We don't have to list them all. And would you stop doing those brasses?
I'm polishing them up. Do you want a paperweight?
No, I don't need a paperweight. Anyway, Bernard, reproduction horse brasses was used by 19th century shire ponies and have no relevance whatsoever to medieval courtly life. So anyway, many of you will be a little bit surprised to find that we are using as our source tonight a historical event which in all probability didn't happen. And if it did happen, and historians will bear me out on this, it certainly didn't happen in the medieval times when it's supposed to have happened, but in the Iron Age, about which, as far as I can glean, and historians will bear me out on this again, there is very little known anyway. So, we have decided to set tonight's episode in the medieval times, seeing as I think we'd all agree that the medieval hats and costumes now are a little bit more glamorous than if we'd done it... And if we'd done it in the Iron Age, then it's supposed to have happened if it did happen, which it probably didn't happen anyway. So So once again, we have a special guest artist who is going to help us with our researches, and this week Bernard has arranged our guest artist.
I'll go and see if the coach has arrived.
Thank you. Coach?
Sorry?
Coach?
He's brought a few friends with him to help him do it.
He's only singing one song, Bernard. How many friends does he need?
19.
19 friends?
But they're all doing the singing.
They're all doing the singing? Booked a choir, haven't you?
Yeah.
Why, Bernard?
Well, it worked out cheaper. It was £25 for one, but this way you get them all for £7.50 each.
You've just cost us an extra £142.50, Bernard.
Doesn't include the coach.
What a relief. Well, go and
I think that's them.
tell him to stay in the coach till we're ready for him. And get your steeple hat. And now, ladies and gentlemen, come with us now and don your helmets of history and your cloaks of conjecture as we travel back to the mysterious demi-world of Camelot. This world-famous story is famous probably throughout the world. And we pick it up at the point when Arthur, having made the Round Table, has asked Launcelot to be the champion knight to his wife, Queen Guinevere. We meet them as they walk through the leafy fields of Camelot. One day, Launcelot and Queen Guinevere was taking a stroll in the balmy summer air.
Shall we, sit down, Launcelot?
Yes, Your Highness.
On this fallen tree,
Yeah,
beneath this bower.
okay.
It's a very nice bower, isn't it?
This is a very nice bower.
Cascading with almond blossoms.
Yeah.
Does it not smell sweet?
It is a very pleasant fragrance. The sound of the doves is also very pleasant. Cooing and,
Billing.
sorry,
Billing.
billing and that. Not to mention the lowing of the cattle and the gentle sound of the humble
Bumblebee.
precisely.
So,
It's a very nice frock you're wearing, Your Highness.
oh, thank you. Your armour's very fetching.
Oh, thank you very much.
Makes an awful racket when you sit down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I like your breastplate.
Sorry?
Nothing.
No, I can't hear very clearly.
You could try taking your helmet off.
I'd rather keep it on if it's all the same with you.
Oh,
In case of a sudden attack or something.
fair enough.
Good. So,
Well,
better be getting back to Camelot.
Camelot. Do you love me?
Yes, I mean, I think you're a very nice person, and I am your knight and champion, and I bear your name always in my heart, and if anybody hurt you or so much as made you sad, I'd kill him.
Thank you. I was meaning more, are you, attracted to me? Physically? Because, I'm attracted to you physically.
Oh. It is a little difficult, you know, owing to the fact that you are, the Queen, and married, and it is the Middle Ages. It doesn't have an overly relaxed attitude to,
Extramarital activity.
Yeah, basically.
I love you, Launcelot.
I love you a lot, too. There is not a moment in any day when I do not think of you, Guinevere. I love you passionately and with tenderness. I care for you. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles.
For one of my smiles?
Definitely.
Good.
I look at you and you take my breath away.
I hope I do not do that, because then you would be dead.
No, I was meaning it more, figuratively.
Yes, I know. It was, just a little Guinevere joke.
Oh. Sorry.
I'm completely in love with you.
And I am with you, too.
What shall we do?
We could flee together on horseback, get relentlessly pursued by all the king's armies to the four corners of the earth.
Yes.
We'll take hemlock and belladonna in a witch's grave and die in each other's arms in a bed of violets and wild garlic.
Yes.
We'll carry on as normal.
That's the one.
Shall we do that, then? I mean, we don't have to do anything, do we? I mean, we know we love each other. We just carry the knowledge in our hearts. I mean, I often think that love's greatest intensity is often reached in the
Agony of unfulfilled desire.
Yeah.
Well,
That's all right. Well, it's been very nice talking to you, and I hope that possibly we'll have a chance to meet again. And
oh, don't ever die! Don't ever die!
No.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I think we'd better be getting back now.
Yeah. Would you like to ride on my horse or walk?
I'll go on your horse. And you can lead me. I'd like that.
I would. Nothing unusual in that, is there?
Anyway, we've got nothing to hide.
Right. So, back to Camelot. Camelot.
We'll be okay. I'd just like to say that the National Theatre of Brent, which is Desmond and myself, I've taken on the topic of love and romance and all that it entails, which includes the tragic loss of things when you lose them. And there's a very special reason why we've done this, isn't there, Desmond?
Yes. Both Bernard and myself have experienced relationships with certain people of a very painful and intense nature. in our past, I myself have had a very particular relationship with one very particular person, which was a very painful and probing and personally intense relationship.
Is that Mrs. Wheatley?
No, it wasn't Mrs. Wheatley.
You like her, don't you?
Yes, Mrs. Wheatley and I happen to be friends, Bernard.
Her husband works nights, though.
Bernard!
She doesn't like me.
Oh, what surprise she doesn't like you. We let off all her fireworks.
It was a bonfire party.
Yeah, we let them all off before the guests arrived. You blew up a new greenhouse, didn't you?
Anyway, I've had a very tragic experience in romance.
Yes?
Maureen.
It was Maureen.
She works down the baths. She's a lifeguard.
She was in a cake shop.
She only does that part-time.
What happened?
Well, I took her out. Well, I asked her out. She didn't turn up. 4 hours I waited outside the Odeon.
Go and get into your armour now, please, Ben.
It's very sad.
Yeah, into your armour, please. And this inspired us to create the following enactment, which describes the triangle of love that occurs between Launcelot, Arthur, and Guinevere. Thank you. It's me, Your Highness. Launcelot. I'm just off then. Going fighting.
OK.
What are you doing in the helmet, Bernard?
Well, you got the only helmet.
You're supposed to wear a crown, not a Roman helmet. Do you think this is Spartacus? You confuse the viewers.
Well, they didn't send a crown, did they?
Oh.
So, Launcelot, who is it today, then?
What? Who I'm fighting?
Yeah.
It's the Green Knight, I think.
Isn't Gawain doing him?
Who, the Green Knight?
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, yeah, Green Knight. That's right, yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I meant the Black Knight.
The Black Knight?
The Black Knight, yeah. That's what I'm doing.
I thought you'd done him last week at the jousting.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, I did. This is a new Black Knight.
A new Black Knight?
Another Black Knight, that's right, yeah.
But...
And then when I've done the new Black Knight, I'll do the Grail.
The Holy Grail?
The Holy Grail, yeah.
Isn't Percy doing that?
Percival? Is he? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's doing the Grail. So he'll do the Grail, so I'll just do the Black Knight, and then I'll just...
Launcelot?
Yeah?
You're meeting Guinevere, aren't you?
Yes, I am meeting her, yeah.
Very nice that you've become such good... Can you take my helmet off?
Can I what?
My ears are squashed.
It is hardly my concern, Bernard. If you're uncomfortable in a bit of costume you're not supposed to be wearing in the first place. Now, get on with it.
Launcelot, would you please remove my kingly helmet?
Certainly, Your Highness. Your Highness is going to have more than squashed ears if he goes on like this, I'll tell you. Oh.
Well, Launcelot.
Yeah.
It's very nice that you've become such good friends.
Yeah. Yes, it's very nice to have a woman who is a friend.
And it's nice to see her happy in your company.
Yeah. So often one, regards women in a certain way, which is not so much about friendship. It's more an attitude of... an assumption, as I think the word I'd use, and I'd use the word advisedly, that one's basically attitude to her is basically...
Sexual.
Yeah. So it's very nice to have a woman who is a friend without any hint of any remote possibility of any remote...
You're in love with her, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
She's in love with you.
Well, I think she's very confused. I mean,
She's in love with you.
I think she is probably, yes. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I know she loves me,
Yeah.
but not in that way. The spark's gone.
Is he?
One of the problems of marriage, I suppose.
Yeah.
The fire dies.
Yeah.
Not for me, it didn't.
No.
I mean, I've been very busy. I've had lots of affairs of state. And of course, the round table's very big now. But the fire never did die in me,
No.
but it did in her.
I know she still thinks very highly of you.
Oh, that's nice.
What can be done, Your Highness?
Within the present context of the chivalric code of courtly love and that,
Yeah.
sod all.
It's a tragedy. One person meets another person, then a second person meets the other.
I think you better go now.
Yeah. I will now be taking the role of Mordred. And wait a moment. Mordred, the illegitimate son of the king, whose evil ways brings Camelot to its terrible end. Thank you. I am Mordred, the illegitimate son of the king, whose evil ways brings Camelot to its terrible end. Ha ha ha! But hark! I hear the king approaching. I will let loose my poison into the air.
I am Mordred, illegitimate. What you wearing my costume for?
It's my costume.
I'm playing Mordred.
I'm playing Mordred, Bernard.
You've had me practicing with the limp and that.
That's because you're my understudy.
Well, who's my understudy?
You don't have an understudy. Don't be ridiculous. You're Arthur.
I've been Arthur.
But you're Arthur again. You have to do it in that now. Go on. Look, I have the limp, Bernard. Excuse me, Your Highness.
What is it, Mordred?
I was just passing by. Just been doing a bit of brass rubbing. And I happened to overhear that conversation that just took place.
What conversation?
The one concerning Launcelot and Guinevere having a little number.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mordred.
Bernard, would you pull yourself together and stop sulking? I accuse the Queen.
Of what?
Of doing it with Launcelot. Forgive my rough and brutish words. Bernard. She must be punished according to the edicts and dictates of the knightly code of chivalric honor and all that bollocks that you yourself set up. And I should imagine you're regretting at this very moment. Never
never, 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 never will I do this.
If you do not, I will raise an army of evil little bastards with minds as diseased as my own. I will rend the table in twain and darken the sun, and I will crawl across Camelot.
Then I will meet you, Mordred, upon the plains of Agincourt.
Agincourt in France, isn't it?
Or I can have that Wimbledon Common.
Wimbledon Common it is then! We do turn off that wind machine! It's not Moby Dick!
Oh, Mordred, why dost thou doest this?
Because I am a loyal knight and a loyal son!
You're a little shit!
And I'm a little shit! I wouldn't deny that for a solitary second. Ah, it is time for my tea. Mummy's cooking my favorite, toad in the hole. Ha ha! And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ask our studio audience here to assist us in a little re-evocation of the life and times of the epoch that we are now examining. The National Theatre of Brent are rather proud to be pioneering a new mode of historical teaching aid, in which you at home can actually see history recreated exactly as it would have been at the time, with all the pomp and the pageantry and the folly and the grandeur of history spontaneously and accurately brought to life, as it were, within your own living room. So, we are going to ask our audience here tonight to put on their traditional costumes, please. Quickly now. A little bit push for time. And there they are, and very, very splendid they look too. Here you see they are wearing the actual headdresses of medieval ladies of the time. Now, I'm going to ask the ladies and gentlemen here now to do certain things as ladies of the court. I want you to imagine, go back into the time, put yourselves back into that time, please. You are crocheting in...
When do you want the coconuts, Desmond?
I give the word, Bernard.
What word?
Night.
Night. So, night as in night? Or night as in night? Night.
Night, night.
Night, night.
So you are crocheting in the window seat of your castle. So can you all crochet in the window seat of your castle? Be crochet, please. You're not eating spaghetti. All keep doing it. All crochet, please. Suddenly, you hear the sound of a passing knight. Now, keep crocheting, please. The sound of a passing knight strikes a romantic chord in your heart. So, you put the crocheting on your lap, and you peer out of the window. All right, calm down, Bernard. You peer out of the window. Peer? A little bit more enthusiasm over there, please. You peer out of the window, and the lady sees the knight. Now, what's this?
It's a horse.
And the knight sees the lady. So the lady, in keeping with the courtly code of the time, of course, averts her gaze. Can you avert your gaze, please? Now, naturally, you are very interested in this knight, and the knight, because you're a very, very attractive, courtly lady, the knight is very interested in you too. So you look again. Another look, please. If you're going to put her eye out with your hat there, kid. And then you give him a little coy smile. Just that, nothing more. With a little tiny coy smile is the maximum response you're allowed according to the stringent dictations of the courtly code of the time. A little coy smile, please. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop proceedings just for the moment. Is it? I'm sorry, Bernard. Would you come to me, please? I'm afraid there's a gentleman here who hasn't been taking this remotely seriously. Would you come here, please, Bernard? I'm sorry to have to single you out like this in this manner, but I have noticed that you have been laughing all the way through, making it impossible for us to fully re-evoke the life and times of our theory in Britain. You was told, I'm sorry to have to say this in front of your peers and your family, you're probably sitting at home now, writhing in embarrassment on your behalf, in front of half the population of the British Isles, I should imagine. You was told that when you successfully applied for your ticket, this was a serious educational historical programme.
It's not game for a laugh, not blankety blank.
Thank you, Bert. I think I can handle it now, thank you. Well, I think we're a little bit tired, all of us here agree. We're a little bit tired of having to put up with your rather frivolous and inane behaviour all evening. So I'm going to ask you now to enact the whole ritual on your own, please. OK. Now, let's see if people agree with me. OK. You're crocheting. Well, if you call that crocheting, you're crocheting. You're here at night. You peer out the window. You see the night. You avert your gaze in embarrassment. You look again. It's getting better now. And now you give him a little coy smile. Be very, very careful next time. Thank you very much. All right, all together now, please. Fickle. All right, all together now, please. You're crocheting. You hear the night. You peer. You put your crocheting on your lap. You avert your gaze. You peer again. You give him a little coy smile. And that was life in medieval Europe. Thank you very much indeed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, return with us back in our story to the very beginning. To the moment, the momentous moment, when Arthur the Boy King was given a sword from a lake by an arm. And
I'm ready to do the Lady of the Lake now, Desmond.
thank you, Bernard. And the sword was called Excalibur, and Arthur wore it on him until his dying day, whence he returned unto that lake and chucked it back again. And so, Arthur...
It's the choir, Desmond.
Thank you, Bernard. And so, Arthur was taken by Merlin, the wizened wizard, high into the mountains outside Snowdonia.
Evening.
And all day they travelled on the back of Merlin's wizened horse until they reached a valley of stone. Thank you, Bernard. And Merlin waved his arm and said, "What dost thou see, Arthur?" And Arthur said, "I see a valley of stone." And then Merlin waved his hand a second time and said unto Arthur, "Now what dost thou see?" And Arthur said, "I see a magic lake." And as they gazed...
Desmond!
What?
I've forgotten the sword!
You've what?
I've forgotten the sword!
Oh, go and get it. And as
can't
they
get down.
Eh?
Can't get down!
Where is it?
In the study!
No. And as they gazed upon the magic lake, where? The umbrella stand. Arthur and Merlin discussed the magic lake in general, and Arthur said unto Merlin, "Are there any other magic lakes in the area?" And Merlin said, "Not usually, no." And then, right, got it? And then, as they gazed at the silver surface of the magic lake, something wondrous occurred. And as that wondrous thing occurred, an arm sprang up from the bosom of the lake. Get the sword, Bernard. Get the sword. Get now. And as the, get the sword, Bernard. Would you stop? And as they gazed at the sword, Bernard, an arm clothed in white broke from the bosom of the lake. Quick, get the sword. Broke from the bosom of the lake. And a gleaming sword was held aloft. And the gleaming sword burst from the lake. And we got the sword now. We got the sword. And Arthur said, "Come, let me clutch thee." Hang on. "Come, let me clutch." No, not yet. Thy golden pommel. Not yet, Bernard. And he took a small vessel to the... Not yet. To the centre of the lake. Get the sword now. And he took this, and he reached for the sword and said, "Ha! Bernard! Bring the sword." No, but... And he took the sword, and he... Give me the sword. Give me the... No! Bernard! 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 The National Theatre of Brent, outside broadcasting unit, would now like to portray for you the tragic last farewell between Launcelot and Guinevere. And we have chosen to enact this scene in London's famous King's Road, a well-known contemporary haunt of courting couples and the young in general, many of whom themselves will probably be going through agonies of an amorous nature, with all its hellos and goodbyes, meetings and partings, and comings and goings.
Could we hurry up, please, Desmond? A lot of people seem to be staring at me.
Calm down, Bernard. They probably think it's a new fashion. Come on. So anyway, I just popped by to say goodbye.
Oh, bye.
So, how is it being a nun, then?
Wimple's a bit stiff.
Sorry?
My wimple.
Oh, yeah. And the nunnery? Okay?
Well, it's a nunnery, isn't it? More or less what you'd expect a nunnery to be. Little cells, wooden tables, Hessian underwear.
Yeah. Do you want to sit down?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say about you, me, and Arthur and that.
Don't. Where are you off to, then?
Going questing.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Peak District.
That's nice. Plus ça change.
Sorry?
Will you take your helmet off?
I could hear what you was saying. I just didn't know what you was on about.
Seems to me that I've got the rough end of this particular stick. Stuck here with all these very, very quiet virgins creeping about all over the place and washing steps. While you're out carousing and jousting.
In Matlock? It's not exactly Venice. I'm going to be cold and alone and in a tent.
Oh, my heart bleeds.
Point is, I'm going to be without you. Forever. That, to me, is purgatory. Wherever I am.
I think you'd better go now.
Okay.
Oh, hell! Why do all the men I love have to go away?
What men?
Oh, you. I'm talking about you. You're men.
Yes.
Oh, come here, Arthur.
Launcelot.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I meant Launcelot. Do you think, we went the way we were meant?
Sorry?
Do you think we've gone the way we were meant to go? And if so, why so cruel? Why must we lose each other now? At the end.
I do not know these things, beloved queen of my heart.
Just seems a bit of a rum do, that's all.
You will always be my queen, whosoever's queen you be.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, we reach the conclusion of tonight's tragic tale. And as I said at the commencement of this week's episode, the story of Arthur and Guinevere cannot be historically proven and in all probability never happened. But I think it does have a great deal to say to us today. And I would ask you now tonight to view it more from a symbolic angle. In other words, to see the different characters in the story as different facets of our personalities. Are you going to stay in that contraption all night long, Bernard?
I haven't finished decompressing yet.
What do you mean, decompressing?
I might have the bends.
Don't be ridiculous. He was only in a fish tank for 5 minutes. He was hardly bringing up the Mary Rose. Well, at least sit up straight, anyway.
I've got to keep my head down. Because if I don't, the nitrogen bubbles might go to my brain like I had brain damage.
Really?
If I sit this way, I only get verrucas.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in once again to Mighty Moments from World History. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my colleague, Bernard, and to also thank the Epping Forest Male Voice Choir, who so gamely provided us with atmospheric background. For this evening's episode. And finally, finally, this evening, I should like to recite a verse that I have penned myself in the style of the medieval courtly balladeers. Our love is like a damask rose before the cruel winter come and froze it. We drank from each other's lovesome cups, hoping thereby to pledge our nuptials. Now, hoary frosts have stripped us bare and placed us, the silver threads, amongst the golden hair. Thank you.
Sir Bernard the Bald had a horse called Dobbin. He rode it so fast its feet was throbbing.
And now, to our last scene, the actual Morty of Arthur. Thank you. Hello.
Hello? Who's that?
It's Launcelot.
Launcelot
Dulac.
Dulac. I thought you was out on a quest.
No, I'm dead, actually.
Is that why I cannot see you?
No, because I'm standing behind you.
Oh. Oh, you're all...
Wispy and vaporous.
Yeah.
I am, yeah.
And what's it like being dead then?
Oh, it's marvellous. Nothing to tie you down, you've got no financial worries, you're always on the move. Meet a lot of famous people.
Really?
Yep. Christopher Columbus. Mrs. Beaton.
El Cid?
Yeah, El Cid's there too.
God, I'd really like to meet him.
You will soon.
Oh!
You all right?
That's me grievous wound.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I don't have any pain now.
I'm glad to hear it.
No, you know, I haven't had a single cold since I've been dead.
Get off.
It's true. Anyway, it'll be here in a minute.
What will?
The black bark to bear you away to Avalon.
Oh?
Well, here it comes now.
There is a mist over my eyes. I cannot see. Is that singing?
Hang on, Bernard. Excuse me. Sorry, would you mind doing some singing as some nuns? We'd like to go this way. Thank you.
Is that singing?
I think it is. Yes.
What they doing?
It's all the nuns rowing. They sing and row at the same time.
It's very impressive.
It is, yeah.
What's that light?
There's a candle burning in your cabin. And see that man, all clothed in white?
Yeah?
That's the steward.
Oh. How will I know?
Know what?
When I'm,
Oh, death will come and tap you on the shoulder. He'll come up and he'll go. Sorry, it's a bit of a joke.
No, it's all right. I'm just a bit tense.
Oh, yeah, it's the waiting in it. Sorry.
Is Guinevere?
Oh, no, not yet, no. Maybe in a couple of years' time.
Be nice to see her again.
Yes. Do you, bear me any grudge?
No. I did. But it's gone now.
Thank you very much.
Actually, he's very friendly, Death.
Is he?
Yeah. Look over there a second. He comes up and he taps you on the shoulder and he goes, "Now is your time."
Really?
Look over there again. He come up and he goes, taps you on the shoulder and says, "Now is your time."
Am I dead then?
Yeah.
Am I all vaporous and wispy?
Yes, you are.
Thought I was going on the boat.
Oh, no. No, your body goes on the boat.
Oh, but not me.
No. Oh. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I just fancied going on the boat with all the nuns who I belong.
But you're in Avalon.
Am I?
Yeah.
Can we go and see her sing then?
Yeah.
Oh,
He should be in.
great!
Go and see him, shall we?
Nothing but the smell.
You read the